guide us. Hope inside us will lead the way on the road from greed to giving. Love will guide us through the hard night. If you cannot sing like angels, if you cannot speak before thousands, you can give from deep within you. You can change the world with your love. Love will guide us, peace has dried us, hope inside us will lead the way on the road from greed to giving. Love will guide us through the hard night.
Good morning. Good morning. My name is Cindy Dillard, and I'm the Director of Children's and Youth Ministry. Michaela Brandt will light our chalice. Will you please join me in your chalice lighting words found in your order of service? We light this chalice, symbol of our Unitarian Universalist faith, to remind us to connect in spirituality and service, to care for each other and the world, and to create a loving community.
On the island of Habit, there lived a creature. He had very big teeth and very big eyes and very, very big feet. Every day, the creature did the exact same things in the exact same order. First, he ate 3 pineapples and 2 bananas. Then, he walked down to the water to say hello to the fish. Hello, fish. After that, he went looking for shells, but he kept only the best ones. Next, he said hello to the trees. Hello, trees. And the rocks. Hello, rocks. And the crab who lived under the rocks. Hello. When it was time for dinner, he ate 3 more pineapples and 2 more bananas. Then he brushed his teeth and went to bed. Every day was exactly the same, which was just how the creature liked it. Welcome to worship at the Unitarian Universalist Church of Greensboro, where everything stays exactly the same, just how we like it. I'm the Reverend Sadie Lansdale, and I'm the minister of this congregation. Unitarian Universalists believe that each person has a trustworthy relationship with the Spirit, with the Holy, with the source of all life, with what some call God, though they name it and know it differently from one another. We believe that because we are interconnected, no one is free until we all are free. So we strive to create beloved community here on earth in our fellowship with one another and in our work for justice. Whether today is your first or your 1000th Sunday with us, we are stronger because you are in our midst. We are one people of many beliefs, many origins, sexualities, and genders. We are all growing, all learning, and all loved. Our ministry team here at UUCG is Cindy Dillard, our Director of Children's and Youth Ministry, Julie Hamilton, our Congregational Administrator, and me. We are thrilled to welcome Lynn Hessler back as our guest pianist today, as well as Colin McRae. Colin, we're so happy to have you with us too. We do not welcome the music of your phones to join Lynn and Colin, so please silence them. Thank you.
A covenant contains the promises we make to give one another in response to the great gift of living, holding ourselves to these holy aspirations. Will you join me in our church covenant? We, the members of the Unitarian Universalist Church of Greensboro, do covenant to promote the search for personal meaning, respecting the individual's truth in a community process of quest. Speak and act with caring, courtesy, and love, thereby maintaining emotional, physical, and spiritual safety for all. Support UUCG and denominational efforts with our resources. Combat injustice while promoting equality. Nurture our children on their spiritual journey, and hold ourselves to this covenant, especially during times of conflict and disagreement. Please join in our opening hymn, number 108, How Can I Keep from Singing?
My life flows on in endless song above earth's lamentation. I hear the real, though far off hymn that tells a new creation. Through all the tumult and the strife, I hear the music ringing. It sounds an echo in my soul. How can I keep from singing? What though the tempest round me roars? I know the truth it liveth. What though the darkness round me close? Suns in the night it giveth. No storm can shake my inmost calm, while to that rock I'm clinging, since love prevails in heaven and earth. How can I keep from singing? When tyrants tremble as they hear the bells of freedom ringing, when friends rejoice both near and near, how can I keep from singing? To prison cell and dungeon vile, our thoughts to them are ringing. When friends by shame are undefiled, how can I keep from singing?
If you're joining us in the sanctuary, won't you wave hello to everyone joining us online? Hello. If you're online, go ahead and introduce yourselves in the chat. And if you're here in person, let's greet our neighbors.
morning, the creature spotted a boat. It was a very small boat, and it was carrying a very small creature. And he had very small teeth and very small eyes and very, very small feet. Nobody had ever visited the island of Habit before, and the very big creature couldn't wait to show his new friend how everything was done. He taught him how to collect pineapples and bananas and how to say hello to the fish. Hello, fish. Showed him how to find all the very best shells and when to eat his dinner and brush his teeth and go to bed. The next morning, the very big creature woke up, excited to do it all over again, just like he did every day. But the very small creature was nowhere to be found. When the very small creature finally appeared, he was excited to start the day too. But instead of eating 3 pineapples and 2 bananas, he ate a single coconut. Instead of saying hello to the fish, he went for a swim with them. Instead of collecting shells, he collected, like, everything else. And when it got dark, the very small creature didn't eat dinner, or brush his teeth, or go to bed. He just sat on the beach. I know. He just sat on the beach and looked at the stars. Watching him, the very big creature's eye began to twitch. That was not how things were done on the island of Habit. There was supposed to be a schedule, a routine, an order to things. Otherwise, anything could happen.
When Sadie and I were talking about this service, at one point she invited me to share a bit about Lucy, our chaos dog. I don't think I have ever actually used the words chaos dog to describe Lucy, but I think that Sadie remembered some stories I told about this new creature that Tom and I invited into our home last December, and the impact she had and continues to have on our lives. My husband, Tom Dowling, and I turned 60 this year. We both have had varied career paths and consider ourselves to be flexible in our living, adventurous in our eating, and open to new experiences. Over our 40 years together, we have raised 1 daughter, Audrey, 2 guinea pigs, Rosencrantz and Guildenstern, 3 betta fish, all named Milo, 9 cats, Gwendolyn, Megan, Llewellyn, Nutmeg, Sally, Edgar, Lulu, Charlie, and Millie, and 3 dogs, Ginger the Beagle, Maisie the Shih Tzu, and Lucy. Lucy, who came into our lives, our so-called flexible, adventurous lives, early last December. On the morning of December 4th, 2022, Tom texted me that the Forsyth Humane Society had rescued 73 dogs and puppies from a hoarding situation, and that they were in desperate need of a flexible, they were in desperate need of fosters. Do we want to go? As a flexible, adventurous person, I said sure, not giving the first thought to what I was saying yes to, but confident that it is important to say yes in life when possible. The facility was to open at 10 a.m. We got there around 9:45, and there were at least 20 people in line. As we stood, we saw people starting to leave with dogs and puppies, short-haired white with black blotches, what our vet would later call a pointer mix. And I realized that we would actually be bringing a dog home. When they asked us at the counter if we had preferences, we said adult female, because that is what our previous dogs, Ginger and Maisie, had been. And then we met number 23, a female approximately 1 year old, who is now our Lucy. Because we were confident and comfortable in our lives, with our dogs Ginger and Maisie, we knew that we had this. Tom carried number 23 out to our car and confidently talked to a local television station about why we were doing this. And that video is actually still up. You can see Tom totally thinks we had it. We were told by the Humane Society staff that there were certain things we'd need that we never needed with Ginger or Maisie, such as a crate, training pads, and a harness. So we went to the store and got those things, still feeling confident that we had it. And then we brought number 23, an incredibly stinky, incredibly sweet, and incredibly scared pup into our house, knowing she had only ever lived outdoors with 72 other dogs and puppies. And then our learning began. Food was so yummy. Couldn't get enough of it. Being petted was awesome. And so were toys. But also, a pile of papers on the floor, that was a good place to pee. And a collar, that was terrifying, let alone a leash. And a crate with the door latched, that was absolutely frenzy-inducing. Tom and I, so confident in our life experiences, quickly realized that we did not know what to do, only knowing that number 23 was doing the only things she knew to do. Over the next few days, Tom and number 23 and I experienced together moments of fear and confusion and doubt as we all began figuring out what we needed to do to live together in our house with our cats Charlie and Millie. I remember coming home and opening the front door to see number 23 eagerly perched upright on our couch, on the back of our couch. She was so pleased. Her tail was thumping. And it was a real shock to me, a dog on the back of our couch. We'd never had a dog who'd done that, though our cats sit on the back of the couch all the time. Another time, we found number 23 sitting up in the front bay window. Again, nothing that Ginger or Maisie ever did, but something that our cats, Charlie and Millie, do all the time. And we asked ourselves, is there a good reason a dog shouldn't sit on the back of our couch? Or shouldn't sit in the front window? Or was it just that we hadn't experienced it before? So we took a step back, we reevaluated what we knew, and adjusted. Though Tom is still not so cool with the front window. It was also around this time that we knew that number 23 would not remain our foster, but would become a part of our family, whom I named Lucy. Pet naming, that's another story for another time. Lucy has been a part of our family for less than a year, but she has helped us look at the world and live our daily lives in new ways. It took her presence in our lives for us to actually walk around our Ardmore neighborhood. Our previous dog, Maisie, did not go on walks. And we realized we've lived in this house, in this neighborhood for 8 years, and we had only ever met the people who lived just near us. Now, I practice yoga weekly in the backyard studio of a neighbor who lives a few streets over. And when Tom gets home from work, he and Lucy have their own walking route where they have barking buddies. Dogs at other houses in fenced-in yards, and they just get very excited to see each other and bark. And just this past week, there was a yard sale on our street. Very exciting. And someone was there who met us in those very first weeks when Lucy was skinny and skittish, and we were still trying to figure each other out. And this person said, "Hey, there's Lucy. Look at how well she's doing." And Lucy stood up on her hind legs, doing one of her random goofy dances, and it honestly made me tear up. We have stopped fearing Lucy's big energy and her crazy zoomies. We giggle at her regular play overtures to our cat, Charlie. And don't get me started on the art of the freezer treat. At first important to help our then 19-pound pup gain weight to her now 35 pounds. But now it is a regular act of love for this unexpected, unpredictable, and entirely irreplaceable member of our family. To this day, perching on the back of our couch is Lucy's very favorite place to be. And when we see her there with her tail thunderously wagging, we are so grateful that she is a part of our lives and that we said yes to the universe.
My friend, you do not walk alone. We will walk with you and sing your spirit home. Courage, my friend, you do not walk alone. We will walk with you and sing your spirit home. How beautiful it is to be together. We gather in gratitude this morning, turning our hearts to thanks and praise for the gift of living, in the presence of the Spirit that animates all life, in the knowledge that we are powerfully and profoundly connected to all that is, all that has been, and all that will be. During these few minutes of silence, you can focus on something you're grateful for, someone you are remembering especially today, or just the sensation of your chair supporting you. Will you find an even more comfortable place in your seat and take a few easy breaths as we settle into our shared silence together. what echoes in your heart. You're invited to offer it up to the holy and lay it down in community in this sacred time together. If you're online, this is the time to share your joys and sorrows with each other in the chat. If you're in person and you have a milestone you'd like added to our prayers, you can fill out a yellow card which the ushers will collect from you. If there's a joy on your heart, place a plant from our grounds in faith. And if a sorrow, place a stone in the bowl. Light a candle of prayer and presence for someone you're holding close to you. And if you're not sure how you're feeling, or maybe you're a little antsy, there are pipe cleaners in the back, mandalas to color. Maybe you've brought your own needlework. In church, we practice becoming more fully human. This is our time to take stock of how we arrive here and to take what we need, knowing the table is set for us all. Will you join me in prayer and presence? First, we name aloud all those people on our hearts, living or dead, near or far, that this community might hold them in prayer and in love. Marty Ward asks us to keep the family of Megan in your hearts. She died so young, leaving a 2-year-old and a 4-year-old. Her last message, which she printed on a whiteboard, said, "So many wonderful people." Marty, our prayers of solace and compassion are with you and with Megan and all who love her. Sharon Francis, Betsy Lindsay, and Susan Hill all offer prayers for Myra Ann Dean, who is in the ICU in Baltimore with a cerebral hemorrhage. We're holding Myra Ann in our hearts, and our prayers are with her daughter, who's with her. Linda and Robert Gretton ask for prayers for David Gretton, their son, as he recovers from radioactive iodine treatment for Graves' disease. Prayers of healing and encouragement for you and for David. Bobby Goodrich has a joy that he and I got married on our porch on Sunday. So, anyway. Bobby, all of our prayers of joy and gratitude are with you. Joan Mashirs shares, Casper and I welcome our new granddaughter born this morning. No name yet, she is loved. And Joan, our prayers of joy and gratitude are with you and your whole family. Nora Bird celebrates the arrival of her grandniece Ophelia on September 18th. Yes, that is her name. Our prayers of joy and gratitude are with you and your family. Tish Gunn celebrated her mother's 98th birthday last week with her brother and wife coming in from Denver. Our prayers of joy and gratitude are with you and your family and with your mom. Rachel shares that Mariana is an amazing big sister to her little sister Violet, and our prayers of joy and gratitude are with all three of you. Finally, prayers of joy and gratitude for our preacher this morning, Cindy Dillard. Cindy, prayers of encouragement for the way that you have opened your life and the way that your life has opened in return, and the example that you set for all of us. Spirit of life and love, God of many names and beyond all naming, source of all. May all those who mourn be comforted. May all those who celebrate do it loudly. May those who hunger for a spiritual home find their way to us. And may any of us who are afraid of chaos allow that on the other side of it there is possibility we cannot yet imagine. We ask these things for ourselves, for those we love, and for those we do not yet love. Amen. Courage, my friend, you do not walk alone. We will walk with you, and sing your spirit home. Courage, my friend, you do not walk alone. We will walk with you, and
For the next week, the very big creature kept an eye on the very small creature. Some days, the very small creature made sandcastles after breakfast and stood on his head before dinner. Some days he slept in, and some days he stayed up late. Some days he did absolutely nothing at all. It was sheer madness. Then one morning, as the very big creature was eating his breakfast, the very small creature offered him an orange. It was smaller than a pineapple and rounder than a banana. It was something he had never tried before. And it was pretty good, though not as good as a pineapple. Afterward, he noticed the very small creature saying hello to the clouds. Hello, clouds. He had said hello to a lot of things, trees, rocks, crab who lived under the rocks, but never the clouds. He thought about giving it a try, but he didn't want to miss his appointment with the fish. The very small creature found some treasures on the beach, and even though he was meant to be looking for shells, the very big creature was secretly happy when he found a treasure too. The day was almost done. It was time to eat dinner and brush their teeth and go to bed.
To everything turn, turn, turn. There is a season, turn, turn, turn. And a time for every purpose under heaven. A time to be born, a time to die, a time to plant, a time to reap, a time to kill, a time to heal, a time to laugh, a time to weep. To everything turn, turn, turn. There is a season, turn, turn, turn. And a time for every purpose under heaven. A time to build up, a time to break down, a time to dance, a time to mourn, a time to cast away stones, a time to gather stones together. To everything turn, turn, turn. There is a season, turn, turn, turn. And a time for every purpose under heaven. A time of love, a time of hate, a time of war, a time of peace, a time you may embrace, a time to refrain from embracing. To everything turn, turn, turn. There is a season, turn, turn, turn. And a time for every purpose under heaven. A time to gain, a time to lose, a time to rend, a time to see, a time to love, a time to hate, a time for peace. I swear it's not too late. To everything turn, turn, turn. There is a season, turn.
defense of the big creature. Our habits and our routines organize our lives, and sometimes in the depths of the worst times or the busiest times, those habits and routines save our lives. In my household, I am the creature of habit. I am the big creature with the plans for the dinner and the bedtime and when everything ought to happen. And if it doesn't happen at those times, anything could happen, which is not good. It's true for me, and maybe true for some of you as well, that there are habits that you have developed that teach you something about who you are. This is true about organizations too, habits we have developed that teach us things about who we are. And so an unwillingness to loosen from them or change them, I think, has to do with a fear that if we change them, we will lose who we are. The good news of our faith is that at the core of who you are is a person of inherent worth and dignity, a person of being with a trustworthy relationship with the source of life. Be you big creature or small creature, be you chaos dog, or devotee of habit. Your fear, if you have it, is understandable, but it is not possible to lose who you are. Maybe you heard it was time to eat dinner and brush your teeth and go to bed. But the very small creature had other plans. The very big creature watched him go, thinking about all the unusual things that had happened that day. The orange and the clouds and the treasures on the beach. The very big creature sat down. Then he stood up again, his very big heart beating very, very fast. And finally he decided to follow the very small creature. Now the very big creature had never been out at this hour before. The sky was full of color, and the sun, round as an orange, was disappearing into the water. Now he knew this wasn't where he was supposed to be right now. But as the world turned from pink to purple to orange all around him, he wondered if maybe it was. Later, they would eat dinner and brush their teeth and go to bed. And tomorrow, there would be time to stick to the schedule if they wanted to. After all, anything could happen. For now, the sky was beginning to perform another magic trick. Together, they sat and watched it change. Hello, stars. All kinds of creatures, aren't we? This reading comes from my colleague Dana Warsnop. I want to be with people. Often people say that they love coming to a place with so many like-minded people. I know just what they're getting at, and I also know they're not getting it quite right. I don't want to be with a bunch of people who think just like me. I want to be in a beloved community where I don't have to think like everyone else in order to be loved. I want to be with independent-minded people of good heart. I want to be with people who have many names and no name at all for God. I want to be with people who see in me goodness and dignity, who also see my failings and foibles, and who still love me. I want to be with people who feel their interconnection with all existence and let it guide their footfalls upon the earth. I want to be with people who see life as a paradox and don't always rush to resolve it. I want to be with people who let church call them into a different way of being in life. I want to be with people who inspire one another to follow the call of the Spirit. I want to be with people who covenant to be honest, engaged, and kind, who strive to keep their promises and hold me to the promises I make. I want to be with people who give of themselves, who share their hearts and minds and gifts. I want to be with people who know that human community is often warm and generous, sometimes challenging, and always a grand adventure. In short, I want to be with people like you. The small boat carrying the small creature arrives at the island of habit, and sometimes it is madness. And through a little chaos, the great possibilities reveal themselves. And then through the creation of light structure, the great possibilities take clearer shape in our common life together. On this day, we bless our leaders, our board of trustees, and our children and youth ministry leaders. Whichever kind of creature you are, all of you are needed, for the food must be gathered and the skies must be gazed upon. The money must be raised and the songs must be sung and the seasons must be adored in their turning. The plans must be carried out and the dreams must be dreamed. Each of you leaders has a role and a sacred responsibility in this dance between what is practical and what is possible.
Will our children's and youth ministry leaders please come forward? Our K through 3rd grade Soul Matters team, Kate Katanen, Rebecca Kay, and Rose Pritchett Pullum. Our 4th through 6th grade Soul Matters team, Jennifer Fitzgerald, Carrie Helton, and Joanna Lauer. Our 7th through 11th grade Soul Matters team, Jake Maddox, Chad Robinette, and Sharon Francis. Our floaters, Marty Bergman, Heather Rushforth, Ben Keeker, and Mandy Loudermilk, who is currently serving as floater. And our youth advisors, Jesse Pounds and Rebecca Johnson. Yours is a special ministry. Not only do you nurture our youngest with stories and discussions and activities, but you also foster beloved community and help our children and youth develop their own spiritual identities. To the congregation, I ask, do you commit to support children's and youth ministry program, to nurture our volunteer teachers, youth advisors, and floaters as they care for and guide the youngest among us? If so, say, I do. I do. To our children's and youth ministry leaders, I ask, do you commit yourselves to care for and guide our children and youth, to support them with love and with wonder as they find their way, to respect them as partners in learning, and to support one another with kindness and joy as you embark on this important ministry? If so, say, I do. I do. To our children and youth, do you commit to learning with one another and with your teachers, with lots of ideas and lots of questions? If so, say, I do. We honor the many gifts you bring as you walk with our children and youth on their continuing journey. May you strive to find connection, integrity, wonder, and play in your ministry. And may you be blessed with discovery, laughter, and love.
Don't go anywhere, but shuffle in this direction. I don't mean don't go anywhere, I just mean don't go back to your seats. Each of us is equipped with different gifts, and all of our gifts can be shared in the service of the common good. Different roles to serve and ways to serve in them, but all of us can contribute something to this intergenerational community of justice and joy. And it is the relationships that bind these gifts together that make us more powerful as a community than anyone could be alone. Call forward your Board of Trustees, Amelia Maddox, Heather Rushforth, Lonnie Hauk, Linda Gretton, Ann Dickinson, Adele Coleman, and Harold Gunn, and Marty Bergman online. Oh, maybe Ann also online. Okay, and Ann. The congregation has elected you to our Board of Trustees. Today we acknowledge the honor, responsibility, and authority with which you are entrusted to lead and care for this community. And as a symbol of this honor, responsibility, and authority, you are receiving your gift. In your order of service, there are the congregation's words to charge your Board of Trustees, and I will lead you in them. We have elected you to lead us as a congregation. Thank you for sharing your gifts of time, expertise, courage, and patience with us. As our leaders, we charge you to build trust with us, hold healthy boundaries, keep dreaming big, speak with one voice once you've reached a decision. Always put what's best for the congregation before your own preferences, and support one another. Board members.
May our service be inspired by love and shaped by mission, vision, covenant, and bylaws of this congregation.
May our leaders be blessed, and may our ministry together be a blessing. We close this blessing in an ancient ritual, the laying on of hands. And if you would prefer to participate through energy rather than touch, just move to the perimeter of the congregation and hold out your hands in encouragement. I invite you to now come forward. This is a bit tricky. It's like a large group dance. So for everyone who wishes to rise and to come forward, shuffle, put your hands on the shoulders of someone touching someone touching someone. Until we are all connected through touch or just through the energy of encouragement. To our board members and our children's and youth ministry leaders, we infuse you with our love, our prayers, and our trust. We seek to support your spiritual preparation for these leadership roles, teaching our children and tending the unfolding vision of what we are becoming together. In this spirit of preparation, we sing Courage one more time. Courage, courage, my friend, you do not walk alone. We will walk with you, and sing your spirit home. You may return to your seats with love, encouragement, and companionship.
We strive to create a community where no one walks alone. Our minister's discretionary fund is available to anyone in a tough spot. You or your friends or your neighbors, please do reach out. We can help with medical bills, rent, groceries, or other needs. You can contact the church through our website to request assistance. We live out our mission through the financial contributions to the ministries of this congregation and to the good work of our community partners. Our offering this month goes to the Triad Health Project. They are an organization focused on ending the stigma of HIV and encouraging safer sex practices. They work for the worth, dignity, health, and power of people living with HIV. If you'd like to make a contribution for our offering to be split with the Triad Health Project, you can do so at the link in the description of this video. You can text GIVE to the number in your order of service. You can also mail us a check. Ushers will come forward to collect the offering, from which will now be gratefully received. From you I receive, to you I give. Together we share, and by this we live.
You raise me up to more than I can be.
Will you join me in our chalice extinguishing words? We extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts until we are together again.
If you're online and you'd like to get more connected, you can click the link in the description of this YouTube video and let us know how we can get in touch. If you're in person, fill out a pink form at the visitors table, visit our website for a contact form, or stick around after worship for a post-worship reflection. Adult OWL signups are still going on. Food provided, food and childcare provided, and the first one is this coming Saturday. Great. So contact Cindy to sign up. New member class signups are starting. That was out in the newsletter, and you can sign up this week and next week and the week after that. October 14th is a Saturday. So if you're curious about what it means to be a member of the church, that's a great time to come and find out. Coffee, donuts, lunch, and childcare provided then as well. Out in the foyer, sign up for Chalice Circles, our small group ministry where you can connect on a monthly basis and reflect deeply in a facilitated conversation. Do any of you drink coffee? Do any of you know anyone who drinks coffee? You're all eligible to sign up to do the coffee. You can sign up with Kate. You can sign up out by the coffee table. There is a form. Put your name down, and we all pitch in, and then we all get caffeinated, and we all have a nice time. Finally, children and youth are invited to join their teachers for an ice cream social and a preview of RE classes. Right now, right after service. Do y'all still need volunteers for the Pride table? Yes, great. Volunteer for our Pride table, October 1st, so next Sunday. We have a fabulous guest. I'll be here. We have a fabulous guest preacher, and then we're all going to go down to Pride. But some people are going early to hold down the, no, that's not what I mean. That's not like the expression we use. To raise up the table. The table? To set up. To wear our awesome shirts and to represent our church to anyone who is looking for an affirming spiritual home. So join us, sign up, we'll see you there. Whatever kind of creature you are in this dance between the practical and the possible, you are needed and you are loved and you are blessed. Go in peace and amen. Place your hands over your heart for our benediction hymn, Shalom Havarим. It's a Hebrew song that means, peace, dear friends, until we meet again.
let us reflect. Now let us reflect. Hey, no, not yet. Soon we will reflect. What about that? I think that's better. There we go. Say again? Oh, well, that's fine.
He's a little preacher, but I'm the big preacher. She's the little preacher. Anything big.
I don't know who's that. This is Barbara's. Otherwise, I don't know who's sitting where, so why don't you just find whatever spot you want? Wherever you want. Oh, is that yours? Oh, sorry. Cindy? No, she's teaching. She's